What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and this morning we're going to be talking about the early reveal for the Modern Warfare 3 Warzone integration, a new Easter egg that got solved, plus even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and also as a reminder, we got plenty of new articles going up over on dkdynamite.com, including visual guides for brand new quests that also have recently been solved. And as a reminder as well, we got new tweets going up over on Detonated's Twitter, expanding on the covers you're seeing here on the main channel, of course. But as of today, I'll be live once again, counting down to potential marketing for both Season 5 and even an announcement about how COD 2023 is meant to be revealed, likely within Warzone over the next couple of weeks. So hopefully we end up getting something, but because of the World Series of Warzone events also going on, they might end up pushing back some of the expected marketing. So with that, I'll keep you guys posted here on the channel with everything going on with our upcoming reveals. But first and certainly foremost, a new Easter egg did get solved over in Vandal as of the other day. We had somebody who posted it over on TikTok. I'll credit the person on screen so you guys can see. And the Easter egg is relatively simple. There is a weapons container that could spawn in one of 6 locations. The locations include Fire Station, Central Station, Cruise Terminal, Windmill, Mall, and even University. Again, the weapons container will spawn in one of those 6 points of interest in every match of Vandal that you play, whether it's Battle Royale or even Resurgence. What you want to do when you get over to one of these points of interest and you see the weapon container there, again, there's no way of knowing where it's actually going to spawn when you load into a match, but once you find where the container actually is in one of those 6 locations, you then have to shoot 5 different security sensors to then open the weapons container. And the good thing is, the 5 sensors are in the same locations in every single match that you play, depending on the point of interest that you're in. So for example, if you find it at the fire department, the 5 sensors will be in the exact same spots that you see here in my gameplay. That's where I happen to find it in my match of Vandal. But again, I do have a visual guide over on dkdynamite.com showing you every single exact location of where the weapon container could spawn over in each of the 6 points of interest. Once you've shot all 5 sensors, you can now enter the weapons container, and inside you'll see a variety of rewards. We have 4 different weapon blueprints here. They're not the best weapons in the world, but could definitely give you a boost while you wait for your real loadout, or in case you guys didn't find the best loot at the beginning of your match. You also get 1 UAV, 2 different fuel upgrades. It's an ammo box and an armor box, followed by a map of all other container spawns. Again, we have a visual over on Detonated for those who want to know all the other container locations, and the sensors are all just by the crate, as you guys saw here in the gameplay at Fire Department. The sensors are in very similar locations in the other points of interest as well, kind of right beside the container or on a ceiling in a building that's right next to the weapon container itself. Relatively simple, and it's not anything crazy like getting a free blueprint or a permanent unlock, kind of like how we had with the MP5 blueprint at the beginning of Season 4, but it's still just a way to get some bonus loot in the case you guys do see the container nearby and you guys didn't find the best weapons on the ground. Also a bit of a teaser for what could be our live reveal event for Modern Warfare 3. So as you guys probably saw a good, 2-3 weeks ago, the usual leakers did go ahead and report that the rumored MW3 reveal event will have you helping Shadow Company capture missile silos on Almas while defending those silos from enemies. You will be invading a bunker located under Observatory in search for a gas canister, which you will exfil with. Funny enough, there is a bunker that seems like it'll be important at some point in time, and you can see it right now in any match of Almas, whether it's BR, whether it's DMZ. I think it makes sense that whatever this live event is will happen in DMZ and not regular BR. And of course, the Season 5 key art that got revealed yesterday does show Zaya Observatory in the background, so it would make perfect sense that the leak about the DMZ event for MW3 does in fact take place near Zaya Observatory, and the bunker that's right beneath it is going to play a role somehow whenever the event does happen. But as of a couple of days ago, somebody by the name of Metaphor, who is a fellow Warzone content creator for Toronto Ultra, he went ahead and posted some really spicy information about the next iteration of Warzone, or what I should call the MW3 Warzone integration, which is going to be releasing at some point this December with what's going to be Season 1, according to Insider Gaming. Metaphor is a content creator that also leaked out very specific details a couple of years in a row about upcoming Call of Duties, whether it's about the multiplayers, whether it's about Warzone, gameplay, mechanics, features. He's been spot on. Not sure who his source is or how he got this info, but here's what he had to say about the Warzone integration for COD 2023. The new Warzone map coming in MW3 looks amazing. Slide canceling is in the current build. It was also in MW2 but got removed. No giant hill in the middle of the map. Tons of buildings and points of interest. Unlike Caldera, lots of areas that look memorable. I think it will be a lot of people's favorite map. Let's break that down first. So with the slide canceling part, if you guys are a fan of that kind of meta movement from Modern Warfare 19, don't get your hopes up, because again, that's probably going to be changed by the time the game actually releases. Even if you saw footage of a very recent build or an up-to-date build, anything can still change from now until November the 10th, whenever the game is set to release, or whenever the Warzone integration is meant to release at some point in December. Vanguard had a bit of a watered down version of slide canceling. That's probably what we're going to see inside of MW3. I don't think we'll go back to the broken MW19 movement, which again was only featured in that game, but because Warzone Warzone 1 was attached to Modern Warfare 19, that was kind of the overarching movement over the course of, what, 3 years? Even though games like Cold War and Vanguard didn't offer that movement, people out there got used to that movement quite a bit since they got to use it for quite a while. But I don't think we're ever going to go back to that in the future of the franchise. But with that, no giant hill in the middle of the map, that's good news. I mean, Caldera is beautiful, but I'm not really a fan of Peak or just how the middle of the map is structured. Gets a little frustrating, and it's a bit of a chore to go ahead and get to that area. He then followed up with saying downtown is very Verdansk-like, with the biggest building being Overwatch from Modern Warfare 3 DLC at the top, very reminiscent of Blackout's construction site. Countdown from COD 4 is also in the map. Game looks exactly like Modern Warfare 2, but improved, hoping they make animations smoother and even faster. So when he mentions how it's very Verdansk-like, that's good news for those that want more of that urban type of environment that we had in Modern Warfare 19. I think that's cool. I mean, I actually am a fan of downtown from Verdansk, specifically Nakatomi Plaza, my favorite point of interest probably of all time out of all of Warzone. That was a lot of fun. That came very late in, what was that, Verdansk 84's life cycle, quite some time ago. But the mention here of remasters is pretty interesting. I don't think it would be a Call of Duty Battle Royale map without some type of inclusion of some classic maps redesigned for a Battle Royale experience. MW3 Overwatch, that's a classic, man. I haven't played that map in so many years. I'll put images and some footage on screen so you guys can see, and everybody remembers Countdown from COD 4. I mean, I'm surprised that hasn't been in a Battle Royale map over the last few years, but I guess whatever this new one is going to fit that one quite well. Him mentioning the game looks exactly like Modern Warfare 2 but improved, that's just a given considering MW3 is a direct follow-up. I mean, it's coming out just shortly after that, so technology hasn't really improved all that much since the recent COD, and yeah, hopefully they make animations a little bit faster for those out there that are frustrated with the movement. But lastly, he went ahead and said, less open fields and more building-based battles. Looks like tons of opportunity for regaining, and honestly, wouldn't be surprised if they tried pushing player limits past 150 again. This map has a ton of Verdansk inspiration and little to no inspiration from Almas or even Caldera. And that's the thing, right? Almas is miles ahead of Caldera in terms of game design or map design, at least in my opinion, but Vandal might be the best Battle Royale map since maybe Blackout. And again, that's just a hot take, or maybe it's not a hot take, maybe you guys agree with that down below in the comments. Vandal is gorgeous. I mean, every point of interest has a big identity, and the map just flows very well, and it's colorful, it's vibrant. I'm a huge fan of that. So the fact that he's saying really crazy things here about this next Warzone map, the fact he's speaking so highly of it, has me really intrigued to see if the map design is some of the best we've seen over the last couple of Battle Royale maps that Call of Duty has provided. Really excited about that. So when he mentions opportunities for regaining and not being surprised if they push past 150 again, I wonder just how big this map is. Will it be the biggest BR map yet? If that's the case, is bigger always better? Obviously not, but maybe in this case, if the map flow is perfect and it makes sense, then yeah, bring out the biggest BR map yet if they want to then break that map down in some pieces for ground war or for 6v6. I mean, let's not stretch that out too much, but maybe a season or two you could just pull lots of parts of this map apart and you can supply some content to other game modes that might need it. When he mentions building-based battles, hopefully the buildings don't have 10 to 30 floors to where there's so many opportunities for people out there to just camp. Hopefully the map doesn't encourage camping. I love the way that Vandal's buildings are laid out, where there's opportunities to camp, of course, in any Call of Duty map, but Vandal makes it really specific to where there aren't that many spots you can really camp in most of the buildings, a lot of rooftop action. Now, Verdansk had its flaws, sure, but I think if you're taking inspiration from some of the best parts of Verdansk and mixing that with some of the best parts of Almas or Vandal or other BR maps out there, that's going to make for really cool integration here for MW3. But I think this begs the question, right? What is this Warzone map? Is it Las Almas, a map that got rumored many months ago? I mean, I was speculating at the beginning of the year that maybe Las Almas was going to be a Battle Royale map that releases at some point in Season 5, because based on the Activision data breach, we knew a lot of information about every season but Season 5. And because Las Almas is a BR map that leaked out during the beta window, I'm like, okay, the map was in development all that time ago. Maybe it is truly going to release towards the end of this game's life cycle, or at the beginning of next year to kickstart either a new COD's Warzone integration or to kick off a year 2 for Modern Warfare 2. So I think Las Almas is certainly a possibility. I mean, based on all the points of interest that are leaked out, Favela is one of them. Favela is likely going to be a map that's also in regular 6v6 multiplayer later. The map could end up being Las Almas, but some of the descriptions that were provided here don't really scream to me that it's a map that takes place in Mexico. But then again, who knows how they're going to change things up to where you have the Las Almas points of interest that we kind of all know so far that are currently in campaign, multiplayer, ground war. Then you have other parts of the big BR map that are still in Mexico but have their own identity city in a sense, kind of like the unique points of interest we have over in Vandal, to where it's like, okay, it fits in Mexico, but still the point of interest kind of stands on its own 2 feet and is very unique compared to some of the other locations on the map. And also don't forget, Shoe House also takes place in Las Almas, so we're probably going to see Shoe House inside of this BR map. We've only seen a little bit of Las Almas through MW2's campaign, a handful of maps in multiplayer, really not too many. There's so much more to be desired from that environment, and I think people out there are really excited about where they can go with Las Almas as a location, especially following that Season 3 cutscene we got with Alejandro and even Valeria. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on these very early details about the Modern Warfare 3 Warzone integration? How are you feeling about our brand new weapons container Easter egg over in Vandal, plus a potential teaser for the DMZ live event for COD 2023? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.